in all of Europe.
What's your name and what's your game?
Hey, I'm Sanatana Mishra, a design guy at which being working on Assault Android Cactus.
What's a cactus?
Cactus, it's a very spiky plant. But not in this
Swanky?
Spiky! But not in this context. In this context, Cactus is an android in the future with green hair, and she's pretty cool.
What were the processes of finding cactuses for concept and inspiration?
For finding cactuses. I mean, you just go to Arizona or somewhere like that.
You didn't use like Google image?
No. I mean, there's this whole talk at GDC 2 years ago about art direction is more than using Google image search, right? So after that, I don't even use anything Google. No more Chrome, no more anything.
What's your browser of choice?
My browser of choice, I actually can't remember any browser names other than Chrome, so I'm going to have to just revert back and say that I lied just before. I'm terribly sorry, everyone. I'm sure there are other browsers.
So cactus is a slur where you come from, correct?
Yeah, well, no, it's not a slur. It means, like, busted. Like, everything's cactus.
Like busted, like I catch you stealing some cookies and I'm like, oh, cactus.
No, that's never say that. You would never say that.
Yeah, because they'd be called biscuits, right?
I don't know if I can get shaking you through the microphone, but that's what I want to do now. No, it's more like, busted as in broken. So if your car breaks down, you'd be like, well, she's cactus, mate.
Okay. Speaking of mates, what are you doing at GDC?
Well, I'm just here to give a talk. So we gave a talk already on balancing accessibility against depth in Assault Android Cactus. It was primarily about, the accessibility of cacti and don't touch them with your hands, always have gloves. No, it was about our game and how we want people to be able to approach it from any kind of background and hopefully lead them along the path to being good at it, because it's a very tense, dexterous shoot 'em up.
So when I went to PAX South, I was looking at things to avoid in San Antonio, and one of the pictures was of a spiky plant. The other one is that a lot of people fall in the Riverwalk. Do you know how many people fall in the Riverwalk every year?
If I had to guesstimate, 1,230.
You're the first person to actually guess above. It's actually closer to 500. 500 a year.
To be fair, I don't know how many people live wherever the hell that is.
It's in Texas.
Yeah, but I mean, Texas is a big place, right? Isn't Texas the size of most other countries? So you say in Texas.
I think Texas is bigger than more countries it's smaller than.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, is you say in Texas, but that's basically saying, like, oh, it's in Europe.
Yeah, but I mean, if you say, like, oh, it's in Europe, you'd assume there's trains.
Probably, if it's Amsterdam.
You could probably use a euro.
Well, no, not necessarily. Isn't the UK backing out? I mean, I'm all for pound sterling.
Pounds, I don't like that they're not metric. So, like...
You and two other countries on the planet probably agree with that statement.
Have you played...
from Canada? How's this working?
What?
Shouldn't you be all about, metric?
Yeah, no, I like metric.
Oh, right.
But the thing is, the name is pounds, which is not a metric unit.
Yes, of course. But I mistook that last statement before. I thought you were saying you didn't, you were against the metric system. But it's all right. You're one of us. You're all right.
No, we're both pro-metric system.
Yeah, pro-metric, obviously.
Yeah, I'd even wish that I weighed myself in kilos and measured myself in centimeters, which is not the case.
Wait, you don't weigh yourself in kilos?
No, we do pounds and, inches in Canada.
That's really weird.
Not when you're buying meat. Like, sometimes you'll buy meat by the kilo, or...
I mean, everything is by the kilo in modern civilized country, right?
Yeah, but it's just because, you don't really care how much you weigh in relation to the world. You only care how much you weigh to, Americans.
I feel like this might be the least interesting conversation for a game developer to hear, ever. So I'm worried about that.
Okay. Have you played any games at GDC?
Have I played? Well, I've played a few. I played this one called, I believe it's Semispheres or something, and it's at the Mega Booth Showcase. It's pretty cool. You're controlling two objects simultaneously with the right and left analog stick, and kind of trying to guide these other objects away from you by making sounds in one dimension that ricochet into the other dimension. So it's a little bit like a stealth game, top down, but very dexterous as well with the twin sticks being used, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's cool. I checked that out as well. What was the talk that you wish you could have gone to but didn't go because of laziness or prior obligations?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think there was a really good one today about analyzing jump mechanics. And by think it was really good, I can only say that because I didn't go. And I was lazy and I sat on a beanbag instead of going to that talk, even though it was 3 minutes away from me.
What color was the beanbag?
It was purple, the best color.
Okay, but what type of purple?
Like really dark purple?
Like if it had to be compared to an object.
It would be the darkest dungeon of purples.
Great.
I feel contractually obligated to mention Crypto the Necrodancer, as long as every talk I went to yesterday mentioned Crypto the Necrodancer. Crypto the Necrodancer.
Well, I mean, that's probably just power-up audio.
I think it's just Crypto the Necrodancer.
It's a hell of a game.
If Ryan Clark hears this, I just want you to know my check better be in the mail.
So you mentioned jumping. Are you planning on having a lot of jumping in your next game?
Yes, our next game is a crafting survival horror zombie simulator.
Okay, is it going to be on PC?
Obviously, it'll be early access, released next week.
Okay, yeah. It's streaming though, right?
Yes, it's Twitch integrated completely.
What's the fan interaction, Twitch-wise?
Well, you can press a button and like a punch comes out of the screen and hits the streamer in the face.
Okay, but does that get saved?
That button, you need to spend a lot of money.
Does that get saved as a GIF though?
Yes, immediately. But it's low frame rate, like 15 frames, so it'll look really, really janky.
Okay, and does that directly post to Twitter or what's your Twitter integration strategy?
No, we're using that new one. What was it called? The new social network?
People?
Yes, that one.
Yeah. How's your People page doing?
It's pretty great. There are people on it.
Yeah. So
I'm a people person.
The GDC app is also a social network. Have you used that at all to socialize with people?
Yes, it drives me insane because it sucks my battery life and posts updates and things, and all I actually want to do is see the sessions so that I can pick the ones I want to go to.
Have you reviewed any of the sessions you've went to?
I haven't yet, but I think I'm going to give top marks to the creative direction session for Darkest Dungeon because it was by far the most broadly applicable talk to game development that I've ever been to.
That's good to hear that the team's speaking well. First off, thank you for being on the question bus.
You're welcome. I've enjoyed talking about cacti.
And is there anything else you want to say?
No.